Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Albums and Memories, where each week I talk about two albums two albums that I have that actually are in my album collection a week, and I talk about the memories it gave me. Now, last week we finished the first pile of albums I have, and now we're on the second pile. And well, here we go. This is gonna be another big one. So the two albums I am gonna talk about right now are Alice in Chains' Devil Put Dinosaurs Here and Foo Fighters' Wasting Light. Now, yeah, two rock CDs. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Two very different rock CDs. But I'll just talk about the one that screw it, I'll just talk about Devil Put Dinosaurs Here. Now, I remember listening to the song Stone for the first time, and I was like, the first few seconds, I'm like, okay, this is actually an interesting song. And then when the guitar hit, like, the first few seconds with the bass line, I'm like, okay, this is going to be pretty good. And then the guitar hits, and I'm like, okay, I really like this song. And then the second guitar goes, and I was like, okay, maybe I should, like, listen to the song a little bit more, just in case. And the rest of the song was really good. I'm like, I'm getting this album. I'm going to get this album. Because at the time I thought, uh, Black Gives Way to Blue was okay. I didn't like it that much. And then eventually I did get this album back in 2013, and I was like, okay, this is going to be great. Because it's like, yes, I got this. And then I heard this album, and I thought, oh my god, this is way better. This is way better than Black Gives Way to Blue. Like, everything is just so tight and consistent. It's so goddamn good to hear this. Like, and it's so good to hear this because it's like there's so many like good material here. There's so much good material and so much to like, so much precious time to like. And speaking of time, time passed when I didn't listen to this album for a while. And when I first heard this album, I thought I got through this album really well. Like, I thought it was very fast paced. I thought this went all the way through. It's like, wow, this actually this is pretty much like a short punk record. I got through this really quick. I wish there were more songs. And then cut to 2017. Time passed, and I'm like, okay, like, okay, before time passed. Here's the thing. I used to play, like, back when I got this album for the first time, back when this was new, I actually listened to this song while playing NBA Street for the PS2. NBA Street 2. I don't know, grunt, like, sludge metal or, like, hard rock mixed with, like, a basketball game. Yeah, I don't know, but like, at the time it fits, and I actually do have memories of that. Like, being in my basement playing video games while this album is, like, playing, like, not full like a decent volume, while I'm just playing NBA Street 2 for the PlayStation 2, like playing and just eating junk food. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be really fun. This is like, I still have good memories of listening to this, and just like the song. There's a song here called "Pretty Done," and it just reminds me of, like, me, like, one of the players just jumping up, like in NBA Street, there's some sort of thing where players just jump up in the air, and you have to, like, alley oop to them so they could just slam dunk it. And for some reason, anytime I hear "Pretty Done," I just think of that moment. For some reason, I think of that specific moment. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a really interesting thing, and it was. And then cut to 2016 or 17, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to the CD again, and I got through the first four songs, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I remember this, and then it just kept going. I'm like, okay, all right, this is good. And then I got to Breath on the Window, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is the end of the album. And then the album kept going. I'm like, how much is here? How much of this is? How much of this is in here? And then it went to Phantom Limb. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is my favorite song. Here's the thing: when an album is so long and so slow and so sludgy that you, like, your favorite song, you forget that your favorite song is on it because the entire album is so long. You're doing it wrong. Like, that's my main complaint about this album. Like at the time, back when I like heard it, I was like, oh, this goes by really quick, and now it's like, oh my god, there are some good songs. Every song is good here. It's just that it should not. It should have been cut. They should have cut at least 4 songs from here, 4 or 5 songs, or at least uh, shorten a couple of songs by 1 or 2 minutes, or at least 90 seconds, because some of these songs just go on forever, and they're just so slow, and they won't get the let out. And yeah, Phantom. I complain that this album is way too long, but amazingly enough, my favorite song, Phantom Limb, is the longest song of the album is my favorite song, and it's Phantom Limb. It's 7 minutes long and 7 seconds. 7 minutes and 7 seconds long. And like sometimes whenever I listen to it, I'm like, this is a pretty short song. Like it starts out, it's slow, and then it builds up, and then it starts again, and then it builds up. It's like, yeah, that's how I want it. It's just that the rest of the album is just so slow, and it doesn't get the let out, and it's not fast enough. Like, yeah, Alice in Chains can do slow songs. It's just that this album makes me realize that Black Gives Way to Blue is the better album that came out during the Duvall era. Like, I remember listening to Black, like recently, like last November, I listened to Black Gives Way to Blue, and I'm like, holy shit, this is like really slimmed down, and this is like really consistent, and it's really fun to listen to. And I'm like, holy crap. And here's the thing, I don't remember every single song from this album, but I remember every single song from Black Gives Way to Blue. And because of this album, I didn't want to get their newer album because same complaints about the newer album. Like, yeah, I heard that it's much shorter, but not by much. Like, this is a monster to get through. Like, I'm like, oh god, I can't do this. So like, I don't think I'm gonna listen to this for a long while, unless I like want to fall asleep. Because I can fall asleep to loud things. It's just that this album is oh god. It just talking about this just reminds me like it gave me fatigue. Listening to this made me feel tired. That's how it was. It made me feel freaking tired. So yeah, there's that. And man, I'm talking about this a lot. And the next album I want to talk about is the Foo Fighters' "Wasting Light." Um, yeah, I don't have much to say about this album except I really like this album. I still do, and it just reminds me of before I started working when I used to just be in my basement and just playing Burnout 3 on my PS2. Like that's it, and not showering for like days at a time. That's pretty much how it was. And the reason why I bought this album is because the song Bridge Burning was a teaser before the album came out. Like, it was like the first 30 seconds on their website, and I just like, oh my god, this is actually really good rock. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this. So eventually I got it, and it was actually a pretty damn good sit. I haven't listened to it in like a couple of months, but I remember just like really liking this entire album. Uh, didn't like I play this again. I play this a lot, especially during when I used to play a lot of video games. But it's like over time, like it kind of fell on the wayside. Like I like how this album is just pure rock. Like not much softer material, like an acoustic. Like I think there are some acoustic songs here, but it's mostly just electric guitar and just good old fashioned rock. And I'm like, my god, I love this. And I remember just like listening to White Limo for the first time. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I still love this album. And hell, recently I just like in my head, like a couple of days ago while I was working, the song I Should Have Known was in my head, and I don't know why, but it's a slower song, but it's like, oh my god, I should have known, and it's just like that. Those instruments just go at it, and I'm like, I like, oh my god, like I don't know what to say, much more to say about it. It's just that, like this, I like this album better than the other album I just talked about. But again, I don't have much to say because I really enjoy this album, and I don't have much bad things to say about it. Mostly because, well, it comes in. It actually just it never overstays its welcome. Like every song is pretty much like, as far as I know, every song on this is just pretty much um it knows when to come in and it knows when to leave, and that's what I like about this album. Like I can't say it's my favorite Foo Fighters album, but I definitely think it's in the top three. I only have this album, Sonic Highways, and the album that came out before it, Echoes in Silence. And I'll get to those when I get to those, but I really enjoy this album. I only have three Foo Fighters albums, so yeah, they have to be in the top three right now. I'll get some more Foo Fighter albums later because I have a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers albums, and I just needed to talk about this one and Alice in Chains. So that's it for another episode of Albums and Memories, and I will see you another time. Thank you.